Welcome, everybody. Talks with the People, episode 31. This week on the show, we're discussing some of the greatest sports movies ever made. Whether that be comedy, action, realistic, whatever. We're going to discuss it tonight. But before we get started, as usual, how are you fine gentlemen doing tonight?
Excellent.
Thumbs way up for me. Doing good.
Excellent. Ready to roll.
All right, well, let's dive right in. Tonight we're talking about some of the best sports movies ever made, and I feel like the best place to start would be America's pastime. So, baseball's on the docket. I know what my personal favorite is, but we'll do this conversationally. What do y'all think some of the best baseball movies ever made are?
What you got, Cody?
Oh gosh, I got several. Major League and Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams is an excellent choice. Field of Dreams is probably my favorite overall baseball movie.
League of Their Own. Rookie of the Year
Yes.
takes me back to my childhood. I remember watching that growing up. Rosenhoger. He always had his name wrong. Recently watched this one, although it's not that new of a movie. Trouble with the Curve.
I've seen that
movie.
one.
Yep. Very, very good movie. Classic, The Sandlot.
Sandlot's an excellent movie.
Yes.
Can't go wrong there.
You're killing me, Smalls. I love it. Fun fact, that guy,
Wendy Peppercorn.
the guy that you want some more? You killing me, Smalls? That guy is starting to have a resurgence on TikTok of all places. Like he has his own TikTok account. He's been doing throwbacks from like all the stuff that people know him for from Sandlot and everything, and he's just having a good old time with it.
Moneyball. And Bad News Bears. I thought of it just a minute ago.
Now, let me ask you, bringing up Bad News Bears, because I'm a fan of the intellectual property Bad News Bears. I like them all, but which was your favorite and which do you prefer, Walter Matthau or Billy Bob Thornton? The remake was not a bad remake.
So I haven't seen, as far as I know, I haven't seen the original with Walter Matthau. I didn't even realize he was in that movie. So I really want to go watch it now because I'm a huge Walter Matthau fan.
He's the coach.
I really enjoy the Billy Bob Thornton one just because he is so, for him to be in a movie with kids is so hilarious. Just with the way he is.
Yeah, I mean, and not to get too far off track, but obviously he said his name with like Bad Santa, and you figured, oh man, he could just kill this movie right here. Yes.
No, that was the list I had. That's not all of them, but that's ones I know how I have watched. But there's a few good movies where I didn't say because I haven't personally watched them, which I'm sure y'all will bring them up.
Right, and like us, movies like The Sandlot is. I was going to say movies like The Sandlot is more of a classic, like coming of age tale, but the background in baseball, the history of baseball, is just such a great movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if I had to narrow down and say, look, I have 3 baseball movies I'm going to watch. Sandlot, Major League, League of Their Own. Those 3 right there. And, of course, one you didn't mention, The Natural. I mean, that was amazing. Have you seen that? Have y'all seen that one?
I know about it. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah. I mean, it's, to not give away too much of it, upcoming star, something happened, so he had to kind of drop out and stop playing. But he was one of those, the scouts were looking at this kid and they're like, wow, this kid's going to be amazing. Well, he just stopped. And when he came back, he was like, I don't know if I could do it. I'm out of practice. And he just picked it up and started doing it again as a pitcher and whatnot. So, The Natural, really good one.
Is that
But
the
yeah,
one with
my
Robert
top three,
Redford?
League of Their Own. Yes.
Okay. There's one with
Yeah, I didn't want to give away too much plot.
shit, what's that guy's name? Oh, excuse me. Dennis Quaid. There's one with him that I haven't seen. The Rookie? Is that it?
I think he was in The Rookie. Let's check
He's like
real quick.
I think I haven't seen it, but the way I understand the plot is he joins the league really late in his what you would
Yeah,
call a career. Like he's like a 30 or 40-year-old that joins the league.
yeah, that's it. It's The Rookie.
I haven't
Dennis
seen that either.
Quaid. Yeah.
And believe it or not, I haven't seen Bull Durham.
That's
I
what I
need
was
to
gonna
watch that.
say. Kevin Costner has done, to my knowledge, that I can think of off the top of my head, 3 baseball movies that were all very good movies. He did, of course, he did Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, and For Love of the Game, and all 3 movies are very good. But as we were talking with a coworker at work earlier today, and he brought up a fact that I had heard before but wasn't positive on, that Kevin Costner's dad was a professional baseball player or played minor league or something. He was big into baseball, so Kevin Costner is himself a big baseball fan, and that's why he did so many of these baseball movies.
But all right.
We'll move on to the next one that I personally have my number one favorite. Don't know how much input y'all will have on this one because I know I'm a weirdo in the South, but we'll move on to hockey. And yes, Philip, I understand that sudden death is not a hockey movie, and I'm personally disappointed that you would not automatically know that my personal favorite hockey movie of all time is Miracle. Uh, that is an excellent movie. If you're a sports fan in general, I don't care if you like hockey or not, and you haven't seen Miracle, you need to go watch Miracle as soon as you're done listening to this podcast, watching this podcast, whatever. It's about one of the greatest, not only greatest moments in hockey, but at the time that this movie takes place and what is going on in the movie, is one of the greatest moments for our country on the worldwide stage. It's when Team USA beat Russia, who looked unbeatable. Nobody could beat them. They were favored to go all the way. They were favored to win the gold. We had a ragtag team. We didn't have professionals. We had college kids that they recruited because USA decided they wanted to go play hockey in the Olympics. And we had a ragtag team of players who at first didn't even get along. I mean, you're taking them from northern United States. They're from Michigan, Minnesota. These are all guys that had played against each other and hated each other. They take hockey very seriously in the North. There's 2 teammates on Team USA that had played each other in a championship game, and one of them feels like he had gotten cheap shotted at one point and like knocked him out of the game, and he held a grudge against this guy. So the fact that this group of guys came together and pulled off what they did, and another fun fact that not a lot of people realize, that USA Russia match, that wasn't even the gold medal game. That was not the
game.
that
right?
was a semi game. That was not for the gold medal.
So they
But
knocked him out before they even got a chance to make a run, but they thought they were unbeatable to begin with.
Yeah, it was.
That's fantastic.
It's an impressive movie. If you have not seen Miracle, I'd let the hockey be secondary to you. You need to go watch that movie. It's all about becoming a team for your country, believing in what you play for, believing in each other. It's an excellent movie.
Also, if you like that old coach mentality,
Oh yeah,
Go watch that. Kurt Russell really shows the old coaching ways and stuff. Good
Yeah.
movie.
He actually
choice.
had from what I understand, what I heard, he actually took a lot of pointers from Herb Brooks. Like he got to hang out with him and pick his brain and asked him what was going on in his head at that time, and put a lot of that into his performance.
Cool.
That's,
Of course,
that's I feel, be it in the States, maybe it's an underrated sport. I've only watched 2 live hockey games, and they were both entertaining and fun to watch. And of course, we don't make tons of movies off of them either. But I mean, if I had to break it, because I'll put it this way: I only know 3 hockey movies, and that's Miracle, Mighty Ducks, and a movie called Goon, which probably isn't known extremely well, but it's super goofy. The guy who plays Stifler from American Pie is like the main character in the show, so that it gives you an idea of what what kind of vibe it gives off. But I mean, all 3 of them, in my opinion, fantastic movies. I love them. They're all entertaining to watch. They're fun. All 3 of the Mighty Ducks, Miracle, Goon, they're all fantastic. So I mean, it would not surprise me if more came out and they're just good. It just seems like making movies out of hockey is good entertainment.
Well, also you got to realize in Goon, Sean William Scott's character, you got to remember when they first they got him because they needed an enforcer on the ice. For those of you that don't know, a goon is somebody he's not there to play hockey. He's there to beat the crap out of somebody that messes with his teammates. Like, that's what he's there for. And when he first steps on the ice, first time he's playing with his team, he can't even hardly skate, much less even begin to play hockey. He's there to punch people in the face. That's his sole purpose for being on that team, is to fight. Somebody takes a cheap shot, they're like, get out there. I mean, another great hockey movie is Slapshot. If you want the comedy mixed in with it, excellent, great hockey movie. You got anything to add to this one, Cody?
No, y'all covered them. I was about to say a while ago that got to mention the Mighty Ducks. That's just, I think every kid that was born in the 80s and 90s just fell in love with the Mighty Ducks franchise. And hell, I got an Anaheim Ducks hat here at home I wear every now and again. So
Nice.
just
Fun fact.
because of those movies. So
Fun fact, you know how a lot of teams have like throwback night or throwback, like a lot of, it's mainly big in baseball. They have the throwback jerseys and they play in like the old like 70s, 80s jerseys or whatever. The Anaheim Ducks, now they're not called the Mighty Ducks anymore. The Anaheim Ducks actually do this, and on the nights they do that, they have the old school Mighty Ducks logo. The goalie mask with the duck bill sticking out. They wear those jerseys with that logo on them, and then they end up signing them, auctioning them off for charity and all that. But when they do that, they do wear the old school logo.
I like it.
they should wear a District 5 jersey.
That would be cool. I would love to see that. Before we dive into probably our biggest one, we'll go ahead and give Cody his time to shine. Cody, tell us about some of the greatest golf movies ever made.
I was actually disappointed that I couldn't think of any more than 5. So I got Tin Cup,
And I'm impressed that you thought of 5.
Happy Gilmore, Legend of Bagger Vance, The Greatest Game Ever Played,
That's a very good one. I like that one.
and Caddyshack.
Caddyshack's classic. I love Caddyshack. And me and you were talking before we get started. I had forgotten about it, but The Greatest Game Ever Played with Shia LaBeouf. That's an excellent movie. I love that movie. Tin Cup is excellent. Once again, you got Kevin Costner. I mean, Tin Cup's great. I like the movies. They're actually entertaining. They're very good.
Yeah, the I can't remember if it's the greatest game ever played or Legend of Bagger Vance, but if they're both excellent movies. But if you really want to watch the way the game is supposed to be played, like or everything that encapsulates golf, I think it's the greatest game ever played. That's the movie I'm thinking of this part where the guy, I think Shia LaBeouf is he the main character? The
I think he ends up being the main character of the movie. Didn't he start out as a caddy for somebody and then starts
maybe
like
that's it. Maybe he's the
practicing?
caddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, whoever the main character, the main golfer that's playing with Bobby Jones and all these guys is there's a part in the movie where he messes up and there's no one else around. Like he just bumps the ball on accident and he calls a penalty on himself. And he's the only one on the planet, other than him and the caddy, that knows that he just bumped the ball on accident. And he calls a penalty on himself. It's just a great moment in the movie where the guys he's playing with are like, "Are you crazy?" Like act
Right.
like, "Hey, we do that all the time and don't call it." It's just it, like I said, it incorporates everything that golf is about. It's a gentleman's game. You call your own penalties and everything. So it's just it's an excellent movie.
Obviously, he's never played putt putt because that's not a stroke in putt putt.
It will be if you play with me.
It's a stroke, my man.
No. I don't know though. I think, in my opinion, I think I like Tin Cup probably the best though. It's just a great movie in general,
Right.
and it's good plot line. It's got the comedy value in it, the romance, the sports part. It's got some. It's got real golfers in it. You see Phil Mickelson and all these different guys in there playing when he's at the U.S. Open, and got real commentators in the booth doing the commentating and stuff. It's they went all out and got the cast for this. It was really good.
That's when I'm
And
gonna
I'm a
have
big
to go
Don
back.
Johnson fan too.
That's when I'm gonna have to go back and watch again. It's been a very long time since I've seen Tin Cup. It's probably been more than 10 years since I've watched Tin Cup.
Cheech Martin as Romeo.
Yeah. Very good movie. All right. We'll go ahead. We'll move on to the big one. I'm sure this one will get a little more discussion out of us. But
Soccer.
based on no, it's football. So, Steven, you can kick this one off. What do you feel are some of the best football movies ever made?
Some of the best there is obviously being in America, there is a slew of football movies. Like Rudy, fantastic movie, right? We can't argue with The Longest Yard, which is actually, I was sitting there trying to debate it earlier, but I think that's my personal favorite. Longest Yard's phenomenal, right? The Replacements was the one I was battling with. It's kind of I feel it's kind of an under the radar football movie. It's not as intense as something like what is it, Invincible or the law. Of course, I'm going brain dead. Of course, Blindside and stuff like that. It's not as intense, but
Right.
just the Replacements. A lot of these sports movies, I'm finding out that my favorite movies are really the comedies of it. You get the sports, but there's a lot of goofy stuff that's involved with it. But the Replacements is a phenomenal movie for that one too. And what's it? There's I keep forgetting the title of it. The one with Mark Wahlberg. He's trying out for the Eagles.
Let's
Yeah, you and
see.
me both were trying to figure that out the other day. I still don't remember what it is. I can see the logo of the movie,
Invincible.
It's
but I
an,
can't think.
is it, that's Invincible? Okay.
Yeah,
So I think maybe there's another one I'm thinking about too, but Invincible, I thought that was phenomenal, and it's fantastic to see that the especially in the NFL how it really displays how important the NFL is to people up north, compared to like down south it's all college, but
right.
to people up north like NFL is hey look you can get the hell out of my bar if you don't like what we have to say here about the Eagles or the Giants or something of that nature. They are serious about their professional football up there. So, but that movie really portrays how they treat it in those cities, and to also have a guy coming in off the street, and when the team's having a rough time, it kind of relates to the people, and I just the emotions that go on in the movie is fantastic. But I think The Longest Yard and The Replacements, those two right there were ones that really snagged me up, and those two movies are goofy, super goofy. Like they do nothing but goof off in those movies, and I love it.
Well, I
If
was
you want to go
struggling.
goofy,
Go
if you want
ahead.
to go goofy, you got to have Varsity Blues and Waterboy.
Yeah.
Got a wooden
Yeah.
spoon, brr. I mean, we quote the Waterboy at work the entire day. It's like there's not a day that goes by that we don't quote at least half that movie at some point during the day.
It's
my, my,
true.
my, my mom said laugh. I love it.
You know, on that note, and then on with the way life is the last year or two, the best meme I've seen is that it says kids gonna be like when they return back to school, and it's got him saying, but Mama said,
But Mama said.
yeah, because they've been homeschooling for the last year.
Yeah. When it comes to my favorite football movies, I was struggling to choose a favorite because I feel like The Blind Side is an excellent movie, but football's probably I would say 35% of that movie. It's the basis for the movie. It's not it most of that movie does not revolve around on the field. So while I do consider it a football movie, I don't think it deserves top spot as best football movie. I got to go with the inspirational movie for my if I'm trying to pick a best overall, and I've got to say Remember the Titans. I think that's an excellent movie.
That
Yeah, me
one
too.
and one other one came to mind as we continue to talk about it, and that is Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights is also very good.
Yes, Friday Night Lights was incredible. You want to
And
win, put Boogie in.
and
That guy was so
ironically,
arrogant.
like I've told y'all, like I love the movie. I love Friday Night Lights, but I've discussed this with y'all at work. In the grand scheme of most people our age, I'm a relatively new football fan. I've been a football fan for about 15 years since I really started caring. Like I just didn't. I was a hockey fan. Like my whole thing was hockey. You get knocked down, your butt better get back up and get going. They ain't stopping the play. You hurting your team the longer you stay down. And in football, every time you get hit, they stop the play. Everybody resets, and we get a second try. So I was always like hard headed about it. I was hockey. Hockey's the fastest sport on earth, and nothing else can touch it. So I missed out on a lot of well, also where I went to school, I wasn't exactly jumping up and down to go to the football games where I grew up. But yeah, it also brings back that nostalgia and the regret of not being more involved in high school football because for certain cities, certain states, high school football is almost as popular as college ball. I mean, there's a lot of cities, a lot of states around our country that take high school football seriously, sometimes too seriously. And it's Friday Night Lights is a great movie.
I got it. So I got a couple of. I got one we didn't talk about. The Little Giants.
Little Giants is
Yes.
an excellent movie. I love that movie.
I love seeing.
I love when he pops the snot bubble.
Yes.
I just love the coach, the guy playing the bad guy coach.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
Yeah.
The bad
remember
guy.
his name now.
Wasn't he the same guy who was the bad coach in Waterboy?
No,
No.
no. The
Oh,
coach in
no,
that
he, like,
movie was Al Bundy on Married with Children. He was also on Modern Family. He was the dad on there. I can't remember his name.
Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill. Yeah, Ed O'Neill. That's a fun little movie too. If you've never seen it, watch it with your kids. It's a fun little Disney movie.
No, it's very good. It's
Oh,
funny.
well, maybe it wasn't Disney, but it's a kids movie. And I had Radio, but it's more of a. I'd say that's only about 30% football too. But Radio is a super good movie if y'all hadn't seen it. It has some basketball in it too.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I forgot to even bring that up. I don't think any of us are hardcore basketball fans, but while we're on that, I can't really choose one. If you ask me, the only thing that comes to mind is Hoosiers, but I've never even seen it. I'm not a basketball fan. Look, I like playing basketball with friends, but you would literally have to pay me to go to a basketball game. It's just one sport that I do not find entertaining. It's the only sport over NFL where I think that the professional players are just complete and utter douchebags. Like, they're overpaid. They think they're bigger than Hollywood stars. Like, I don't like basketball. It's never. I've never watched a game. I've tried watching a game. Can't do it. Just don't get into it. I mean, I
Well,
play it.
let's be 110% honest with ourselves. The greatest basketball movie ever made is Space Jam. I mean, it's that simple. Space Jam. I mean, the opening credits. Everybody get up! It's time to jam. Now you had you on your feet at the credits. You're like, yes, let's get it. I want to dunk a basketball. I'm not near tall enough, but I want to do it. Like, that movie was awesome. And of course, Coach Carter was awesome too. But Space Jam has to be the best of all time to me.
As long as we're talking about the original, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Original what?
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Have they made the other one yet?
It's coming out soon, but I'm boycotting it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
LeBron James.
Even if I still like LeBron, I still wouldn't watch it. Like, there's no reason to make another Space Jam. If he wants to make a basketball movie with cartoons, they need to call it something else, and it needs to have a completely different plot.
Yeah, I agree. This
The
episode
Toons could be in danger again.
This episode is not the place for a rant, but my comment a few minutes ago was he's one of the main ones that inspired that comment. I'm not a fan of him in the public eye. Moving on. So that covers.
I got some more basketball.
Okay, what you got?
Got Air Bud.
Okay, I've seen Air Bud.
Yeah. Hey, Air Bud's good. I like Air Bud. Hey, he likes
the
pudding
football,
too.
the baseball, the soccer, he's done all the sports.
Yeah, but the
I think he's even
original Air Bud is good. Celtic Pride is one of my favorites.
I remember that movie. I don't think I ever watched it.
You have not seen Celtic Pride. You need to watch it.
Wait, yes, I have. That's the one that's got what's his face from Home Alone 2 as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, Daniel Stern. Yep.
Yeah, that's the one because it's the two friends who are idiots and trying to get into the game, or they've got season tickets, or I've seen that movie.
Yep.
That's right. They kidnap
Damian Wayans, yep.
They kidnapped Damon Wayans. Yeah. Okay, that one's funny. That one I like.
Yeah, that is a great. Oh, and Shooter McGavin is the Utah Jazz coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now,
Who Damon Wayans plays for. Yep. Yeah, that I love that movie. Hoosiers is great. That's an excellent movie. The only other one I could think of was The Sixth Man, and I think it was a made-for-TV movie on the Disney Channel, and it's a pretty good movie. It probably came out in the late '90s, maybe early 2000s.
let me ask you this. As we round up the end of the big 5, 6, whatever it is, I can't count. Have we named a movie that came out in the last 10 years? Have they forgotten how to make good sports movies?
Coach Carter, I believe, is it's pushing it, but it's really close. Coach Carter can't be more than 15 years old. I mean, I know you said 10 years, but
Coach Carter came out in 2005.
holy balls!
Blindside
Maybe
might only be 8 or 9 years old at the most.
2009.
Holy moly, that thing's 12 years old. Wow.
So,
yeah, you know what?
have
Now
they
that I think about it,
forgotten? Have they forgotten how to make a good sports movie?
About Trouble
I
with the
mean,
Curve when it came out.
I mean, I was gonna add 2 more to the list. I mean, I was gonna say Semi-Pro. That
Trouble with the
goofy
Curve
Will
is
Ferrell movie.
10 years old, 2012. The
And
Will
then-
Ferrell one
and
is Tropic.
It's I think it's called Semi-Pro, but they were the
Semi-pro.
Tropics or something like that.
Yeah, semi-pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, you know, I do love Space Jam, so that wasn't necessarily a joke. But all jokes aside, my ultimate favorite is White Men Can't Jump with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, which obviously is like 25 years old
Look,
now.
Semi-Pro came out in 2008.
Yeah, I'm now that you brought it
Moneyball.
up, I don't think there really hasn't been a major sports movie in a long time.
Very long time.
Oh, except Harry Potter does Quidditch.
Yes.
Sports.
So for real, have they forgotten? Do you think? I mean, have they just forgotten how to make a good sports movie?
They had one come out. I know this is in the past 10
What you got?
years. 32. It's about Jackie Robinson. I haven't seen. Is that the number 32? Something like that. It's about Jackie Robinson.
Let's see.
And is the guy who played Black Panther 42? The guy who played Black Panther is the actor in it.
2013. It barely squeaks in. 9 years old.
Hey,
I
forgot
remember
about,
that. I've been wanting to watch it, but I haven't seen it yet.
I forgot about this football movie. It's based on a true story. Y'all need to watch it. It's the Arkansas lineman that started playing. He tried out, and he didn't play high school football, from what I remember. He actually went and walked on at college at Arkansas and made the team. And his God, I can't remember. I think it's called Stronger. Maybe it's the name of the movie. If you haven't seen that movie, it's on Netflix. It is a great movie. It's a true story. I just watched it probably maybe the beginning of this year. It's only been out a year or two. It is such a good movie. Is it Stronger?
It's not Stronger. I don't think.
Maybe it's his last name. It's Arkansas lineman, offensive lineman. Greater, that's it.
It's called Greater, and that came out in 2016. And aside from that, a sport topic we haven't brought up: boxing. Southpaw came out in 2015.
Okay.
Which was supposed to be a really good movie. Of course, you know there's Rocky and stuff like that, but all those are super old.
Yeah.
But you're right, dude. Like all the biggest movies is like super old.
Yeah, another boxing movie that would probably be up there for greats is Million Dollar Baby, 2004.
Yeah, God, dog. Yikes.
So they just don't make sports movies like they used to anymore. I bet you if you took all the movies we had named, I bet you if you took all of those, bet you almost all of those movies came out within a 20-year span.
I was just about to say that. So I'm looking at a lot of these titles here, right? And almost every one of them is like 98 to 2012. 98 to 2012. So you're talking about a 14-year span where just movie after movie, Moneyball 2011, Foxcatcher, what Never Back Down 2016, Creed 2015, 42 came out in 2013. I mean, it's all of them, like you said, 20 years, nothing but huge sports movies. But over the past 6, 7 years, I mean, nobody's making them. Well, they're making Space Jam too.
Whatever.
Garbage. All right, let's reach a little bit here. I got a couple of swimming movies.
Swim fan.
The Guardian.
Okay.
Have y'all seen The Guardian
No.
with Ashton Kutcher and Kevin Costner?
No.
I have.
You have got to watch that. That is probably top 10 of all time movies for me, of any genre. That is an excellent movie. It's about Coast Guard rescue swimmers. That is a really, really, really.
That looks like
really
a good movie. Explain to me how this is a sports movie.
Swimming.
Okay, but swimming for
very
like
little of the movie. Look, the last 30, 40 minutes of the movie is actual.
Do they compete in the Olympics?
Rescue swimming.
Do they
The rest
compete?
of it, they're swimming in the pool, swimming back and forth.
Are they in competition?
It's got some of that in there, yes. I said we're reaching, but it's good.
He did specify, let's reach a little bit. I mean, he is fantastic for reaching, but he is reaching.
All right, what about Pride? That's a swimming movie.
Which one is that?
I've never heard of that one.
Well, I can't remember that guy's name. He's the
when you brought up reaching, I thought you were gonna say something like basketball. Like, that's an awesome sports movie.
That is a good movie. What's that guy's name? He was in the Red Tails. He was in Hearts War. What is that guy's name? Oh, he was in I think he was in Iron Man.
I don't know.
Anyway, he is the swim coach, and it's an all-black swim team.
Oh, you're still talking about that movie?
Yeah,
Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard.
Yeah, that's him. And Bernie Mac's the janitor. That's a good movie. Y'all check that one out.
I tell you what, though, and just to give you an idea of the reaching that you're doing, if you go to Google and you search swimming movies, like 10 out of 15, the movie posters for these look like this. They came out at the same time Casablanca did. These movie posters are like, holy crap, that looks super old.
All right, what about horse racing movies?
Secretariat, I know that one for sure.
You got Secretariat, and there's
Seabiscuit.
That's what I'm thinking of. You got Seabiscuit.
Yep, those are good movies. I would watch either one of those anytime. Those are both really good movies.
Well, I mean, if we do want to bring up soccer and include Steven a little bit more, you got the big green.
The Mean Machine, and I this could be biased because I am soccer all the way. That's what I live and breathe. But if you like The Longest Yard, The Mean Machine is literally the same thing in soccer form. I kid you not. The Mean Machine, and just to give you an idea, the guy who played Juggernaut in one of the original X-Men, not the new one with Deadpool.
You talking
But
about he was also, give me a second.
Yeah, the English man. He was like, do you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut. You know, like that guy. He is the main footballer in that movie. Like he is the main soccer player. But if you, whether you like soccer or not, if you enjoyed The Longest Yard, it's called Mean Machine. They are literally, in fact, The Longest Yard, their jersey said Mean Machine. But the movie Mean Machine is the same thing as Longest Yard, but with soccer, and it is absolutely hysterical. It's fantastic.
They're not a similar movie to Little Giants that deals with soccer.
I think that was the Big Green that he was just talking about.
Yeah, it's Big Green. It's
Is
actually
it, is that
got
what it's called?
yeah, it's actually got the guy from Sandlot too.
Yeah, he's the keeper.
Yeah, the guy I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
With the red curly hair.
Okay.
And they've got the goat mascot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's a funny one to watch. But anyway, yeah. Anything else y'all want to add?
Bowling, Kingpin.
Hey, Big Lebowski.
No, I've never seen that.
What?
Never seen it.
I want you to watch that movie tonight. It's on Netflix. We're wrapping this up. You're about to go eat dinner and watch The Big Lebowski.
What he said.
Y'all watch The Guardian then. I'll expect a full report in the morning.
The Guardian's a swim movie?
Yes.
Where can it be watched?
It is kind of long, though. I'm going to have to watch it in segments. I think it's almost 3 hours long.
Good
But
God.
name me a Kevin Costner movie that's not.
Yeah, it's true. But,
hell, even his rom-coms are 2.5 hours.
yeah, and Robin Hood, how long was that one?
I don't know. Hell, his Wide Earp movie was like 4 hours almost.
Well, the only other thing
that
I
movie
have,
came out in 91. 2.5 hours, Robin Hood.
you know, we've covered almost everything, right? Baseball, basketball, soccer, football, golf, hockey. We haven't covered tennis. We've covered swimming. Balls of Fury is an awesome ping pong movie. It's raunchy, like a Jack Black movie, but it is awesome.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't forget Dodgeball. Classic.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
It's like laser, blazer, phaser, and Natasha. It's like, what?
All right.
Ugh.
All right. Well, I think we'll go ahead and start wrapping this episode up. If there's anything we forgot, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. If you can think of a good sports movie that has come out in the last 10 years, be sure and let us know. We got a big response on last week's episode. A lot of people hating me and Cody. A lot of people hating all three of us. That video is currently performing well. Remember, we record these on Wednesday nights. We do see a clear-cut winner coming forward in our Marvel showdown. But as we said, we will let you know next week. That video has only been up for 3 days. So we will let you know who wins that officially next week. And apparently we may have to have a remake because we managed to piss off a lot of people with our choices. So we may...
Also, that being said, when y'all watch this video, y'all still have a couple of days. Get on there and watch it if you haven't watched it. Marvel Showdown, and comment. Who do you think the winner's going to be? Let us know. What did we do wrong? What could we have done better? Why is Iron Man better than everyone else?
All right. The last thing I'm going to say is that we left off figure skating and Blades of Glory.
That one's raunchy too. That's like semi-pro. Another Will Ferrell. It's great.
Yeah, it's got Will. It's got Will Ferrell and crap. What was that other movie that kid was in?
Transformers.
No, Vote for Pedro. What movie was that? I can't think of the movie right now.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that one's got Will Ferrell and Napoleon Dynamite in it. Also, though, baseball movies. Benchwarmers was an excellent movie.
Yep.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us this week. Like we said, if there's anything we forgot, put it down in the comments below. If there's any good movies that came out in the last 10 years, comments below. If you haven't watched last week's episode, our Marvel Showdown, go watch it. Make your guess. Put your vote in for who would win in the finals. Let us know while we were wrong. We've heard it all at this point. We want to hear more. We appreciate everybody watching this. Keep it up. Got some big things in the works. We can't give any details right now. One, because we don't have all the details, and two, because we don't want to jinx it. But we got some big things in the works. Some big stuff coming through. Look forward to that. You'll be able to see that everywhere. Everywhere you know us from, you'll be able to see that when we get more details. But until then, we'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
Y'all have a good one.